Hi, Chapter 10 Buildings, Paintings, and Books. Here, the mention of the iron pillar of Mehroli is there, where the details about and how it was made and by whom it was made, the ancient metallurgy, the crafts, and how developed were things about that time. It is very important because slowly we are trying to understand from their construction technology the various skill and various aspect of that particular regime or kingdom. So here, some terminology of Sanchi Stupa, Pradakshina Patha was laid around Stupa. These questions, they make it in a mains question, like how, what, what is the difference, and these important notes are very relevant for mains. What is Garbhagraha, and then what is Shikhara, what is Mandapa, all this mentioned in which style of architecture. The chapter mentions about that, the Ajanta paintings, various book. Silapadikaram was a Tamil epic composed by Ilango around 1800 years ago. Story of a merchant named Kovalan who lived in Puhar and fell in love with a Kotsan named Madhavi, neglecting his wife Kannagi. Story of Kannagi is very important. Then another Tamil epic, Manimekalai, composed by Sattanar around 1400 years ago. Meghadoot. So you have to see that point, right? Point, what was written, what has written, what is there. These stories, you will see that the MCQ kind of covers all the aspect of whatever mentioned over here. This will help you to clearly revise this chapter and understand. Summarizing the chapter's important point, it highlights metallurgy in ancient India. Ancient Indian metallurgists made significant contribution to global metallurgy. The Harappan civilization had known knowledge of copper metallurgy and produced bronze by mixing copper with tin. This era is also known as Bronze Age. The period following the Harappans were marked by the use of iron, marking the Iron Age in India. India produced advanced types of iron such as forged iron, wrought iron, and cast iron. The iron pillar in Mehroli, Delhi, it is around 7.2 meters height, weighs over around 3 tons, and it has been around 1500 years, dating to Gupta dynasty. The inscription mentions refers to king's name as Chandra. Remarkable feature, the pillar has not rusted over centuries, showcasing the skill of ancient Indian craftspersons in metallurgy. Buildings in bricks and stone. Ancient Indian craftsmanship is evident in the stupas and temples that have survived over centuries. Stupas means mound. It has central small box containing relics of the Buddha or his followers, precious stones or coins, covered with earth and later with mud or baked bricks. The dome was sometimes covered with carved stone slabs. Pradakshina Patha, path for devotees to walk around the stupa in a clockwise direction as a mark of devotion. Sculptures, railings, and gateways were often adorned with sculptures. Famous stupa, the Great Stupa at Sanchi, Madhya Pradesh, first constructed during the time of Asoka and later expanded by other rulers. Amravati, a major stupa site with stone carvings created over 2000 years ago. Rock cut caves and temples. Some buildings were hollowed out from the rock to create caves and monasteries, such as Ajanta caves, decorated with paintings of Buddha and his teachings. Earliest Hindu temples were also constructed during this time for deities like Vishnu, Shiva, and Durga. Key features of temples: Garbhagriha, central room where the deity's image was kept. Shikhara, tower built above the Garbhagriha to signify the temple's sacred nature. Mandapa, hall for public gatherings and ceremonies. Important sites: Bhitargaon, Uttar Pradesh, one of the earliest brick temples, around 1500 years old. Mahabalipuram, monolithic temples carved from single piece of stone, a hole, home to some of the finest stone temples, such as the Durga temple built around 1400 years ago. How stupas and temples were built. Patronage construction was usually sponsored by kings and queens as it was expensive. Stages of construction: quarrying and transporting high quality stone to the site, shaping and carving the stone for pillars, walls, and ceilings, placing the stones in precise positions. Contributors: craftspersons were paid from royal treasuries, but ordinary people such as merchant, ivory workers, and garland makers also contributed. Paintings. Ajanta caves, famous for their vivid paintings created about 1500 years ago. Artistic methods: painted in the dark cave interiors using torchlight. Colors were made from plants and minerals, ensuring longevity. The world of books. Epics. Silapadikaram, Tamil, written by poet Ilango, tells the tragic story of Kovalan and Kannagi. Manimekalai, Tamil, by Sattanar, recounting the story of Kovalan's daughter. Sanskrit literature: Kalidasa, one of the greatest Sanskrit poets, known for his work Meghadut, the Cloud Messenger. Religious texts: Puranas, stories about gods and goddesses, creation and worships, written in simple Sanskrit words for general audiences. Mahabharata and Ramayana, two grand Sanskrit epics featuring the stories of the Kauravas and Pandavas in the Mahabharata and Rama's exile and battle in the Ramayana. Vyasa is credited with compiling both Puranas and the Mahabharata. Valmiki is credited with writing the Ramayana. Ordinary people also contributed to storytelling through poems, songs, and plays. Jataka tales, stories of previous lives of Buddha, often depicted in sculptures and paintings. Panchatantra, a collection of fables and moral stories popular in ancient India. So, this is what the chapter covers. Thank you.